Tonight, time now for the Coach's Corner. You know, last week her Flashes put up 20 runs in the championship game of the Marion County Softball Tournament to bring the title to Franklin Central. Next week, they look for more hardware as sectional play gets underway. Please welcome to the Zone Extra tonight, Franklin Central softball coach, legendary coach, Kathy Stricker here with us tonight. Coach, thank you so much for taking the time to be a part of the Zone Extra. And first things first, I got to ask you this. How great does it feel to have softball? We know you missed the season last year. How great does it feel to have it this year?
It feels really good. The kids were excited, I think, to come back and get out to play again and have our season back. We lost some seniors last year that didn't have that opportunity, and I think these kids are trying to make the most of it even for them.
Yeah, let's talk about your team right now. Team playing some really good softball. What do you like about what you're seeing from the ladies right now this season? They've won, the past 9 games, doing a great job. Yes,
they're doing really well. We have played well most of the season, and, you know, we played early against New Palestine, and we're down 8-0 maybe, and came back, and it ended up being an 8-11 game or an 8-10 game. And the kids have just really played well, coming out every day. They're hitting hard. Pitching is great. Kids are not making a lot of mistakes, and that's the key.
Yeah. So what do you think you've learned from last year, and the girls have learned from last year about missing out, not getting a chance to play for the most part in their season, but now coming back here? I'm sure they're hungrier than ever, right?
I think they are. That's part of it. You know, you never take things for granted, and you always look forward to the next game. And unfortunately, last year it was all taken away, and we were all kind of sitting idle and on Zoom and that kind of stuff, and that certainly isn't playing. So we were a little disappointed that we didn't have our season, because we expected to have a good team last year as well. Yeah. And the kids are really happy to be back.
Well, you got to like the way your team is playing right now and going into sectionals, going into postseason. When you look at your team, what makes it special? What stands out to you about how they're playing right now?
Well, I think our hitting has been the key. As a team, we're hitting upward of 400. We've got a couple of kids batting over 500, and you know, we kind of expect that. But in the same result, the kids are excited to be out there and playing, and I see that as a good positive. Josie is pitching very, very well. She's backed up by 2 other kids, Ella Klaus and Shelby Hayes, and Josie has done the bulk of the pitching. And her infield is pretty solid. 3 other seniors in the infield, junior behind the plate, and then we've got a sophomore that didn't play last year, so she's like a freshman to us at second base. And
that's great.
2 seniors in the outfield and a junior. So we've got a lot of good kids that have good skills.
Yes, you got a lot of talent all the way around. So I got to ask you this, in case you guys didn't know, legendary coach right here, 42 years dealing with these student athletes and enjoying the time with the student athletes, I must say, and all at Franklin Central. That is amazing. First of all, how have you survived this long? What made you? What do you love about these kids?
Well, I just think it's my passion in general. I love to coach. I loved playing when I had the opportunity to play, but just seeing the kids and seeing them excel and to have their education supported by athletics is, you know, it's just a great feeling to watch them go ahead and have something else to do once they graduate and be able to play and continue the sport.
I love it. So did you imagine you'd be there for 42 years when you first got going?
It's the only thing I really ever wanted to do was to teach and coach. And at 16, I had decided that that's kind of where I wanted to be and what I wanted to do, and had the opportunity to go and play myself in college, and then did my student teaching at Franklin Central and taught 1 year at Greenfield. And then I came back to Franklin Central. So actually it's my 43rd year, but 42 at Franklin Central.
That is incredible. You know what, there's no doubt you're making a difference in these young ladies' lives on and off the field. I want to ask you about this as you guys get ready for the postseason coming up for sectionals. But when you look at your team right now and the talent that you have here, how important is it for everyone? How important is the teamwork with you guys?
Oh my! Without teamwork, you can't accomplish anything. It takes everybody to accomplish the goals that you want to have and get over that next hump. And we have great competition. We've played all year, and Roncalli and New Palestine are ranked very high, and they're in our sectional. So
you gotta be ready.
You gotta be ready, and if you're not ready, You know, we beat Roncalli in the county, but it was a tough game and it was a great game.
Yeah.
And New Pal beat us early.
Yeah.
So we feel like that it's going to be a good matchup along the way, but we've got to get through Warren Central first to get to that matchup.
Take it one game at a time. I want to ask you real quick about Marion County. You guys got it done there, winning that championship. That's always special when you can take care of business in the Marion County because, as you mentioned, loaded with a lot of great teams, right?
Right. And we played Roncalli in the semifinals, and it was a 0-0 game. Both teams had 4 hits going into the 6th inning, and my center fielder, who's a junior, has been hitting the ball great. She's batting over 540. And she led off the inning with a double, and we moved her to 3rd. And then we got a sac fly short, kind of left center field, and scored her. She went in standing up, and that was the 1-0.
Yeah.
And I know Roncalli was heartbroken. Fortunately, David and I are very good friends, their coach.
Yeah.
And, you know, you hate it when the kids have to lose, but somebody does.
That's right.
And, you know, they beat us pretty soundly a couple weeks prior, and we came back and we're ready for the challenge. So
okay, well, Coach, look, all the best to you and your team, and as I said before, bravo to you and just how you're giving back in education for these student athletes and changing a lot of lives as well. And I'm glad you got softball back this year.
Yeah.
I felt so bad for those student athletes last year, but I'm so happy it's back this year.
thank you very much.
Okay, we're going to take a time out. We got much more coming your way here on the Zone Extra. And our